Ugly, mud duck, gorilla, monkey. Those are just a few of the things that growing up I had heard. I know it's a strange way to start this video, but I wanted to bring something to you guys' attention. And maybe give you guys just a little insight of who I am and me and the things I've been through, and what may help somebody, what may not, I don't know. But I wanted to share something with you guys. So, growing up, I never had high self-esteem. I was never happy with myself. I never liked who I was. I never liked how I looked. There's a lot of things that I went through. Those names that I said at the beginning were just a few of the names that I was called. Because I was dark-skinned. Because I have a big nose. Because I was quiet. Hard to believe, because I am not a quiet... Okay, in my everyday life now, I'm not a quiet person. But that shaped me. That shaped how I grew up. That shaped how I felt about myself. That shaped how I treated other people. And I say all that to say this. A lot of us may have kids. A lot of us may not. I have a little girl. She's not little anymore. She's 19, as you guys know. But I never wanted her to grow up feeling the way I did. And the funny thing is, I didn't feel the way I did because of the names I was called by white people. I was called these names by black people. I love my black people. Don't get me wrong. I will never change that. I love them. I love my race. I love who I am now. But let me be clear about something. I was called all these names. I felt so bad about myself. I went through depression as a little girl. I wanted to kill myself I don't know how many times. As a young girl, even as a teenager. I hated who I was. I hated how I looked. I used to say I can't look like other people. I have a sister, an older sister. I have several siblings, but I have an older sister who is 1 year older than me. 1 year, 5 months, and 2 days to be exact. Okay, we just always say that, so I just had to say that. Anyway, she's taller than me. She is lighter than me. She was always so much smaller than me. Okay? This is not to say I was big. I am 5'7". I have been the same height since I was 18 years old. At the time, I was 135 pounds. So for those of you who get the gist, at 5'7" and 135 pounds, I was quite small. But I thought I was fat. I thought I was ugly. And I don't know. People may feel that way now. But now the difference is I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how anybody feels about me at this point. I spent too long hating myself and hating who I was and how I looked on the outside. So what I wanted to do to you guys, what I wanted to do today is come to you guys and share something that I wrote. I'm a poet. For those of you who don't know, maybe I've never disclosed that. I'm not really sure. But I wanted to share with you something I wrote when I was 20 years old. I am now 39. I'm getting ready to be 40 this year. So almost 20 years ago I wrote this. And it was something to uplift myself. It was something to make me feel better. I still go through bouts where I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. But that is something I have to fight internally now because of growing up, hearing those names for so long. It really shapes you. So I wanted to share a poem that I wrote at 20 years old that uplifted me. And I don't know if it'll help anybody else. I don't know. I copywrote it because it's one of my favorites. So people couldn't say I plagiarized or anything like that. I copywrote it a long time ago. And it's called Black Queen. And it goes something like this. I may forget a line or two because, again, I wrote it 20 years ago. So I'm going to do my best. It's the size of your nose and the color of your face. It's the way that you walk with elegance and grace. You are a black queen no matter what they say. You grow more beautiful day after day. They call you horrid names because there's curves in your hips, because of the darkness of your skin and the fullness of your lips. Well, remember where you come from and be proud of your race, because to me and all your people, you were never a disgrace. The darkness of your skin is what makes you who you are. So believe in what I say and you'll go twice as far. Remember in your heart that you're of African descent. And remember your ancestors, how they came and how they went. They try to hold us down, but we're rising to the top. And until we get there, we will never stop. So believe in your heart everything I say. A black queen you are, and a black queen you'll stay. So that was just something that I wrote that I think about when I'm feeling down and depressed, and not talking about my depression, my PTSD, none of those things. Just when I'm feeling down about myself. Maybe it's something that you can share with other people so that they remember who they are. They remember that we are descendants of African kings and queens who are beautiful. Big noses, what they want to call nappy hair, what they want to call fat, whatever. We are queens. Our sons, our fathers, our brothers are kings. So that will never change. Remember that. Maybe that can help somebody. I don't know, but I keep that in the back of my mind and in the forefront when I'm feeling down. I wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of people fight internal battles every day. Every day. And they're silent. Nobody knows but you. Nobody knows but yourself. And I had heard other black people calling black people so many names and all these things, like online, from what I've seen online, what I've read online, because of their looks. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We're all from the same descendants. I don't care if you have white in you. I don't care if you have Mexican in you. I don't care if you have Spanish. I don't care. We are from the same descendants. We are beautiful. We are kings and queens. And nothing will ever change that. You are beautiful the way you are, the way God made you. I had taken it so far that now, and I'm not against it, I still want to do some, but I had plastic surgery. For you guys who don't know. Most people don't. I had plastic surgery. I had liposuction and a tummy tuck because I wanted to be like those women that were on TV and small, and maybe this person would like me or that person would like me. I thought about getting my nose smaller and all these crazy things. Now, I have nothing against plastic surgery because I plan on getting a Brazilian butt lift. I have no butt. I'm happy with God made me, but this time I know when I'm doing the plastic surgery, it's for me, to make me happy. It's not about anybody else. It's not about anybody else. I am happily married. My wife loves me the way I am, but guess what? This is about me being happy for me, and not because I want to look like these people on TV. I don't want no big ignorant butt. That's what I call it. I call it ignorant butt. So y'all, excuse me, I call it an ignorant ass. Okay? When you get them big, like, donkey booties or whatever, like the Nicki Minaj butts, I don't want one of those. I just want a little curvature in the back. Okay? That's it. And I work out every day. I've started to work out every day. But all this is for myself. It's not for anybody else. If you have a daughter, reassure her every day. If you have a son, reassure him every day that he is handsome, that she is beautiful, that she is enough. Because we're enough. We're enough the way we are. Y'all, I feel like I'm getting emotional, but I don't generally cry. So I'm trying to reel that in because it just brings me back to childhood. It brings me back to everything that I was ever called, everything that I was ever told, that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't good enough. And I spent my life proving that I was. I have 3 degrees. 3. I don't use not one. I did it because people said I couldn't. You ain't good enough. You'll never make it. You ain't going to be nothing but a bum. You're going to end up dead. I went through some things. I rebelled. I sold drugs. I lived on the street. I was hanging out, drinking, smoking, and all those things. And none of that because of my upbringing. I was raised with a strict mom. My dad, but he's a devout Muslim. My mom is a Jehovah's Witness. I grew up strict, needless to say. But at the end of the day, I rebelled. And it had nothing to do with them. Well, some of it. But that's another story. They didn't call me those names. They had other things to say, but the kids made me feel like I wasn't enough. And that stuck with me until my early 20s, maybe even late 20s. I don't know. I'm 39 now. And the truth is, I really just began to love myself. I began to be happy with who I saw in the mirror. So I wanted to spread a little love today. This channel is called Love Locks and other stuff, and I wanted to spread the love to you guys. Let me tell you a little something about my locks, my sister locks. And for those of you who know, I had traditional locks before I had sister locks. And I did that. One, I hate doing hair, first and foremost. But two, because I wanted this long hair. Because I didn't think as a black woman, I could have long hair. And I didn't think, like, I looked at the white people and all this stuff, and I never thought that I could have long hair. I thought because I was ugly, I couldn't grow hair. I know that sounds crazy. Okay? But when you grow up being told so many things in your mind, you never believe that you could be that person. But I am. So I got my traditional locks. My hair grew. It was long. And I was like, yeah, I got locks. My hair is long. And all this other stuff. And then the sister locks, I said, you know what? After my traditional locks, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to let them go. I was okay cutting them off and cutting my hair off. Because I had already proven to myself and to my family and to the people in the street that, look, black women's hair can grow. Now, I know that sounds crazy because we have so many black women who have long, beautiful hair. But this was about me. This was about what I felt inside. I even thought my sister locks would make me beautiful. And I started doing all this makeup and all this other stuff. And I still do it. I love makeup. Make no mistakes about it. But now I wear it when I feel like it. If I'm going out somewhere or something like that, or if I'm just trying a different look. It's not about having people look at me and say, oh, she's pretty, or oh, she's cute. That's what I wanted people to say back then. And it was so hard. And the funniest thing is, you know, my wife laughs at me because I showed her pictures of my exes. I'm still friends with a lot of them, guys and females. And she looks at them and she's like, man, you had some really good looking people. I did. That still wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough to prove that I was cute enough or I was good enough. I don't know what my epiphany was. I don't know that epiphany moment. I just know that there came a time when I said to myself, I'm good enough. Now, I still struggle. This doesn't mean that I'm perfect and I don't struggle. I still struggle. Right now, I was debating to go get a PhD. Do I need it? No, I don't work. For all of you guys, I don't work. I don't have to. So, what am I going to do with a PhD except cure more college loan debt? What am I going to do with it? Just to be called doctor? To prove that I'm good enough? To my family? That part is for my family. Who said I wouldn't make it in the military, and I retired. I'm retired. Army. I'm a combat veteran. Didn't I prove it enough? I have 3 degrees. I have a master's degree in education, no less. That wasn't enough? It wasn't for me. But now it is. It's enough because I'm enough. I'm enough as I am. I'm enough without needing to prove anything else to anybody else. I just wanted to come on for you guys really quickly just to talk to you about self-love, about love, about hate. Because the hate was this venom that people spewed at me. But guess what? It wasn't hate for me. It was hate for themselves. Because they were black. Some of them were just as black as me. But I was called a mud duck. But I was called a gorilla. But I was called a monkey. But I was called everything under the sun. I don't care anymore. Because I'm enough. I'm pretty enough for me. I'm beautiful enough for me. I'm enough for me. I just wanted to spread a little bit of love because you guys are enough too. You're enough for you. And if don't nobody else like it, F them. Excuse me, guys. But F them. You enough for you. And even though I don't know you personally, I think you're great. Because guess what? You are. You're always going to be a queen. You're always going to be a king. You're always going to be enough. So I hope this message reaches some people. A lot of people. Share this. Maybe somebody needs to hear it. Share it. For now, that's it, guys. Stay tuned to my channel. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Like this video. Subscribe. Share. Share, share, share. I can't say it enough. Share it on all your social media. Because you're enough. I love you guys. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for letting me go on my little 17-minute rant about self-love, about being enough for you, and sharing my little poem with you. So, until next time.